It still doesn't quite reach. Thank you, Zach. I've yanked that thing in two pieces many times. Thank you very much for coming. If you ever seen one reason to be jealous of short people, there it is. I'm jealous all the time. That's my... I'm jealous of people who can master the text messaging, because now it can actually save your life. You can text message 911 now. That's true. I can't wait to read the transcripts the first time that emergency makes the TV. My GF shot my BFF. Frown. 911 writes back, LOL, JK, OMW. Good, you guys all got that. That's good. Some technology I'm good with. I finally have a favorite font on my computer. You guys have a favorite font? I know a lot of people like, like Century Gothic or Times New Roman. Not me. Comic Sans. That's the one I like. Comic Sans. Love that one? Oh, yeah. Comic book letters. I print out my bank statement in that font. Even the word foreclosure looks fun. I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous of my kids. There's going to be a second one coming here any minute now. Thank you. That was actually one of my proudest days. Was in 2005. I've been doing this for about 11 years, but about halfway through I was able to quit a day job and do this full time. It was ceremonies. I took my alarm clock and I threw it in the trash. That was great, but I had no idea about a year and a half later my wife would give birth to a brand new alarm clock. With flowing red hair, no snooze button, who picks her own time. That's changed the way you look at things. I was on the road staying at a single friend's house. He goes, make yourself at home. I'm like, all right, fine. Wake me up at 6 in the morning with a knee in the crotch. That happens to me at home. Jealous. I can't wait till my daughter asks, Daddy, can you help me with my homework? No. We just copied off each other. We weren't under surveillance like you kids are today. Help me with my home. I did help you with your homework. I paid for the internet. Google those things I'll never know. That's something that's going to be different about that generation. How old were we when we figured out our parents didn't know everything? Our kids are going to know right away. like, Daddy, what's that? I don't know, sweetie. Well, the computer said, oh, then why'd you ask me? Rub in what I don't know. They get to pick their school pictures now. Can you believe that? Yeah, it's not at every school yet, but they pick their school pictures. It's digital. The guy takes the school picture, spins it around, and says, do you like this? Keeps doing it till he gets it right. Remember what we went through? You had to wait 3 weeks for this. Aunts and uncles had already ordered wallet size. That made you good with people, though, didn't it? You took one look at that picture and went, wow, I better develop a personality. No one's giving me shit on my looks for at least a calendar year. Oh. Don't mind that. I'm trying to learn more. Be a better fighter, calm myself down. I'm trying to get in shape. I've lost about 20 pounds in the last few months, which is cool. I actually quit fast food, which is a big deal for me. I love fast food. Love it. Finally, I started looking at it differently. Like, people are so obsessed with outside germs, but they'll eat garbage. Hand sanitizer is huge now. Like, scrub it, you gotta kill the germs, use the sanitizer. Dude, you just ate Burger King. Your insides are bombed out. What do you care? Using hand sanitizer but eating fast food, that's like your house getting robbed and your answer is to paint it. Taco Bell's not even lying to you. They got something on their menu called a gordita. Isn't that Spanish for little fat girl? And chalupa, doesn't that mean suck it or something like that? Or chupalo, but close enough. Just have different fitness goals. It's a healthcare. That's what's scary right now. I've been to Cuba, actually, entertaining the troops, and they have free healthcare in Cuba, but they still have 1950s cars everywhere because we haven't sent them new cars in 60 years. It's like the cruelest joke. It's like the healthcare is free if you can get your ass to the hospital. You better hobble on that broken leg there. Travel around. You know, in Amsterdam, you can smoke weed in Amsterdam. Everybody knows that. But did you know you don't have to? Didn't want to be a bad tourist. Let's enjoy this. Oh, so we don't have enough money for the schools because the military's got all the money. I've been on the bases. I know the answer. Let the military run the schools. The kids all have ADD and they're all obese. Give them a drill instructor. Eventually they won't be fat and distracted for long. Can you name all the presidents in order? No, bet you could if I made you do push-ups every time you screwed up. You look ripped. What happened? I can't spell. They're spending $2 million, the Department of Agriculture, to try to figure out how to get kids to make the healthy choices in the school cafeteria. You want to save $2 million? Just put a picture of the lunch lady next to all their food, okay? Keep them nice and honest. Think about it, we are a fat country, but I tell you how that happens. It's because it's too expensive to eat right. Right, you go right, think about it. Cheeseburgers, those are $6 for $1. Oh, the veggie wrap? Yeah, fill out this financial aid application. We'll get you started. You don't believe me? We have fat homeless people. How ridiculous is that? How do you get fat and or stay fat on spare change? I saw a guy with a sign and everything, will work for food. He was 300 pounds. And my first reaction, boy, that guy looks busy. He's a workaholic. That guy's motivated. Moving around. So things are going pretty well now. They're going better for me now. It was a rough few years there. I learned something. I learned you can be on television multiple times and still be broke. There's a sad moment. Hey, weren't you on that show? Yes, can I have $1? I'm not jealous of them. I'm not jealous of rich people. I want to be that. I'm jealous of the people that you think they can't, think you shouldn't be jealous of them. They take a look at my tall, white, male, heterosexual, Gentile ass and think that I can't be jealous of anybody. But I am. I'm jealous of all the products they have for women. My wife, I went shopping with her at a maternity store, and I realized they have maternity wedding dresses. And they sell them by the shotguns, which is weird. That's fine, whatever. Some of you don't want to give that "you were at my wedding" speech to your children, so you want to get the wedding done before it happens. So make a maternity wedding dress, but in white. The jig is up, ladies. Don't insult us twice, okay? You never know why people are getting married. It could be for love, but it could be because of pregnancy. That's why I always thought that heart-shaped honeymoon bed was really weird. Heart is for love. Yeah, most people marry for love, but not everybody. Have a few beds in that joint shaped like a $ sign or something like that. Some of the other reasons people might get married. You have little kids in the house, though it changes a lot. Like when I tell people I'm having a second child, they applaud more than when I said I was having my first one. Just because it's people with more than one child, no. That just means it's a victory. You got a loan to make the second one. Congratulations. How did you do that? And my daughter's old enough to ask questions. Daddy, what put the baby in mommy's tummy? Said, you taking a nap. Finally. My daughter's an insomniac, just like me. It's like, what? Would you miss a treehouse payment? What do you have to worry about? Go to sleep. I love single people questions. Do you keep it fresh? Do you role play? Yeah, she pretends I'm rich, I pretend she cleans. That's all you need after 10 years. You role play. You got little kids in your house, you don't get to role play unless you write in a part for them. Okay, Daddy's gonna be a cop, Mommy's gonna be a cheerleader, you're gonna be a tourist. Here's a bag, go outside. There you go. The front yard is Disneyland, have a party. Everyone's worried about gay marriage too. I'm in favor of gay marriage for 2 reasons. One, my last name is Strait. It's not spelled like that, but trust me, it doesn't stop the jokes. So if I have a gay child, they'll be mocked in their own community. What's your middle name? Isn't? You know, also, because I'm afraid if we let people vote on personal freedom issues like gay marriage, what's the next thing we're going to vote on? Pretty soon it's going to be if you're over 300 pounds, no dessert. Step away from the cart, we passed a law. Although Dancing with the Stars, I read, might have their first ever same-sex couple. Yeah, they're thinking about doing that. Yeah. Which is fine for them. But I just want to know, who called up the network and complained that show wasn't gay enough? Who had that problem? I don't care if you're gay, just come out of the closet. Don't make everybody you know pretend they don't know. You know what I did to that girl last night? Well, yeah, her hair. That's about it. That's all you did to that girl last night. You know, they actually say that animals are gay 10% of the time, just like people. Yeah. There's a part of the whole Noah's Ark story they never told us. Well, think about it. If he went out and got 2 of every animal... Yeah, right. But anyway, if he got 2 of every animal and let them all out, well, logic says 10% of them wouldn't have been able to mate. Would have been like, okay, we're here. Now go ahead and procreate. Ew. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yes. No more woolly mammoths. And the pandas are faking it, but they're going to quit. They're going to quit in a few millennia. I'm not a religious guy at all, because I hate preachers. I'm jealous of them too, because they fill arenas. How many comedians can do that? There's like 3 of us, George Lopez and Dane Cook, maybe Chris Rock, there's a few other. Any run-of-the-mill preacher in the South can fill an arena. Why? He doesn't have any new material. A preacher is nothing more than a cover band for God. That's all he does. And if he doesn't scare you, the people in his crowd will scare the crap out of you. You see them? Fattest rednecks and suspenders. I want eternal life. You're like, wow, really? You want to be you forever? Here's a guy I think would be Hindu or Buddhist or somewhere. Work your way up a caste system, Bubba. You don't have to stay there. It gets better. And I want questions answered. Heaven and hell, they're supposed to be opposites. But if hell is fire and burning, doesn't that mean heaven is freezing? I just want to know. I don't want to live my whole life not doing what I want to do and then get up there and find out heaven is Wisconsin. That's my hell. And that's the thing, your hell is different. What fire won't be your hell if you're a pyromaniac? You'd love that. Hell for you would be a room full of 1,000 lighters that all don't work. That would be hell for you. The freezing would be hell for me. I'm from Southern California. Who else grew up out here? Thank you. I look at everybody from Michigan and I ask the same question. You know your citizenship extends all the way down here. If you're going to freeze to death, cross the border and get free health care. What are you waiting on? There's back bacon and french fries with gravy waiting on you. That's what they call it. They don't call it Canadian bacon. We have a different attitude about snow here. It's not that we don't like it. We go to it. We look at snow like we look at a slutty woman. You play with that. You don't live with that. There's a difference. I'll drive an hour away and see you on the weekend, but you're not invited to my neighborhood. Once shovels are involved, it's gone too far. That's either way. Okay. We just look at things differently. And earthquakes, shut the hell up. That's the best natural disaster you can have. It doesn't tease you for a week and a half, 3 days till I take everything. It doesn't tease you. It doesn't last a day and a half. It doesn't happen every single year. On the calendar, you see it coming. It happens once a decade, shakes for 8 seconds, you turn on the TV, see who really got messed up, it's never you. I look at everything positive, even earthquakes. Sometimes you need all your shit laid out on the ground. It's not an earthquake, it's nature's intervention for a hoarder. That's what you gotta do. I mentioned Dancing with the Stars. I wouldn't be nearly as angry at reality television if the shows were named more honestly. That's my problem with the Dancing with the Stars. That should be called Has-Been Booty Shake. That's all that should be. Man versus Food. Yeah, that show should be called If You Don't Hate America Yet, Watch This Shit. Look what we can waste while you're starving. And Man versus Wild. That should be called Idiot Out of Place Tempting Fate. Look at me survive where no humans are meant to be. Let's put you on the moon with no oxygen and see how well that shit works out for you. You can make a celebrity out of anybody now. Like, you ever see the celebrity paparazzi baby pictures where the celebrity's holding the baby? You ever notice the baby's always looking away? You know who they're looking at? the nanny off camera who really raises it. That's who the hell they're looking at. Those celebrities are holding the baby for 2 seconds. He's drooling. Get him away. We don't have a hot nanny. I don't have the money, and my wife doesn't have the trust. So, no, we actually did have a hot nanny, but I fired his ass. I don't need that kind of competition in my house. Man, we do hire. I study a lot of things ethnically, culturally. I look at the celebrity nannies, and I'm thinking to myself, we really use Latinos for everything in our culture we don't want to do for ourselves anymore. Right, from cutting the grass to cleaning the house to watching the kids, everything we don't want to do, we use Latinos for, except the one thing we really should use them for: therapy. Latino would make a great. Try complaining about your life to your nanny or your housekeeper. Maria, I'm just not where I want to be in life. Oh, really, senora? Because when I'm cleaning your kid's ass, I'm living the dream. And bullets were sailing over my head. I mean, the fence. I was thinking about this moment. I hoped you fed him corn. It's my only shit joke. Deal with it. Oh, man. No, well, Latinos are officially invited to the party now because now you can get fired for racism. Rick Sanchez from CNN, he called Jon Stewart a bigot, and he got fired for that. Jon Stewart's a comic. He totally missed his chance. He should have come out and go like, what did that spick call me? Just ride it once he's gone. And we do think a lot of things in our race, like adoption has changed now. It used to always be, should we tell the kids they're adopted? Now it's like, yeah, they're Asian. Might want to give them a heads up before somebody else does. I talk about kids, but I'm only going to have 2 kids. That's nothing. Lance Armstrong, a cyclist, he's got 5 kids. Yeah. Does that? But it also means if not for cancer, he might have 10. He's firing on half his thrusters. Do I have to explain that, everybody? That's impressive. And no wonder he gets through the crowd and wins that race every time. Swim. Oh, really? That's where I lost you? That's all the shit I said tonight. That was too far? Oh, a spelling joke. Oh, you guys are a lot of fun. I didn't know, I actually worked with children for a lot of years before I did this. I'm proud to report there's no such thing as attention deficit disorder. Yeah, ADD is a scam. If they told you have ADD, here's what you really have. An imagination. Congratulations. You're not supposed to be able to concentrate on things you don't like. Who are these people who can focus all the time? You got a 7-year-old kid that's already figured out his teacher ain't got shit to say to him? You got a genius on your hands, don't you? Nurture that. The kid might invent something besides a vampire show, for Christ's sake. I know the new generation loves it, but come on, I'm like 35 years old. I've seen enough. The vampire story's been told to death. It's done. It's over. I don't get the allure of vampires, all right? If you want to stay up all night with pale skin, crooked teeth, and a shitty diet, move to England. I need to be a vampire. And when I pick on the ADD, I want to say I'm not against the idea of drugs making school a better place. I just say don't give Ritalin to the kids. Give weed to the teacher. That's the answer. Well, they're overworked, they're underpaid, let them get high. It will change some things, trust me. I can't see the board. Let's go to lunch again. It's not my drug. I gave it a chance. It's not my drug. I'm already there. Everything marijuana is supposed to do for you, I'm already there. It expands your mind and relaxes your body. I'm already lazy and can't quit thinking. But it does make you paranoid. What's that, a lump? It increases your appetite. I'm always hungry. I don't need that shit. That's why I always drank instead, because alcohol's the opposite, right? Marijuana makes you like a lazy philosopher. Alcohol makes you like a motivated idiot. You got a whole list of shit to do when you're drinking. Nothing on that list is a good idea, but at least you're motivated. I am always hungry too. You heard me talking about that. That's why it's amazing that I was actually able to lose weight, because I am. The trouble is there's too many hours in the day. Is anybody else like that? You have food morals when you wake up in the morning. But the longer you stay awake, the more those food morals go right in the toilet. And the better I start, the worse I finish. If breakfast is egg whites and fiber cereal, dinner is hookers and coke. All right, that's... It's a joke. I would never do coke. No, I hate uppers. I don't want to be productive with my high. I'm not getting things done with my high. I'm going to sit in one spot and do nothing. They all should be legal, though. I think it's nobody's business what you do as long as you don't hurt anybody. Thank you, one person. No, but I want to watch the commercials, too. We'd all be entertained. Even if you don't do drugs, you get to hear this guy come back on TV. Ask your doctor if Bolivian flake cocaine is right for you. Side effects include erectile dysfunction and grinding your teeth into powder. Ask your doctor if ecstasy is right for you. Side effects include hugging total strangers and liking shitty music. Side note, you don't even need to have been on a drug to get that joke. You ever walk past a nightclub late at night, there's no windows in the joint, and this music is coming through the walls at you? And you're hanging out waiting for the next instrument to kick in. And it never quite does. Like, my God, they're dancing to that? No. Go inside, nobody's dancing, they're all humping the speaker. All around. That's a friendly, affectionate drug. I love that, though. If you're about my age, you remember that. Hugs, not drugs. Remember that bullshit? Then ecstasy came out and said, hey, why not both? Let's have both. We can have both. Even coffee is a drug. It's everywhere. I barely hang out in Burbank. I've been up to this area maybe once or twice before in the specific area. And while I was walking out there, a woman stopped me and said, excuse me, is there a Starbucks around here? And without even looking around, I went, yes. It's America. But we all know the first drug to fall. We all know the first one's going to be. Ask your doctor if marijuana is right for you. Just don't call the office till noon. He won't be in just yet. Side effects include... Oh, shit, I wrote it down. Wait here, I got it. Expands your mind. Yeah, you're thinking about everything. You can't remember where anything is. That's got its problems. I'm jealous. Jealous of potheads. Although they never get to the voting booth on time. That's gotta suck. Slowing things down for them. Jealous of women, too. Well, they take their endowment for granted. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get them reduced. They're hurting my back. Hire two guys to walk on either side of you and hold them up. Hire, like you'd have to pay them. It's a free internship. Women complain, it's on display. Everybody knows what I have. Yeah, but we never get free drinks for ours. That tucked away and hidden comes with a price, doesn't it? No matter what a man's packing, he better learn to talk or he ain't getting laid. That's just a lonely giant penis if he has no game. You don't believe me, fellas? Right now, hang it out of your pants and see how much free stuff you get. If the ride to jail is free, maybe that counts. Before I go, I'm 35 years old, but it's a weird age. It's not young and it's not old. It's the age where you finally are old enough to sound like the old guy when you're talking to young people about shit that's not here anymore. But old people will still... This is the first generation of older people, not old yet, but older people, who don't give you that, when I was your age, you know why? Because they're baby boomers. And nobody had it easier than those spoiled, rotten bastards. Their parents had a depression, their children have a depression, but they had nothing. Nothing but economic prosperity. The second thing started to suck. Reagan came in and they were all okay again for a few years. Then when the shit got really thick, this time they retired. The only thing baby boomers have to go through is that they get nagged on either side of the generation gap. Their parents are like, when I was your age, their kids are like, I'll never get to be your age. The world is going to collapse. No, I really hope not. 35 I realized that became a weird age. When I was thinking about it, I've always been super nearsighted, horrible vision. And I was asking the doctor, should I get LASIK? It's been long enough, my vision hasn't gotten any worse. He goes, well, you can, but you're probably about 5 years away from bifocals anyway. And you know the worst part about that moment? I had to ask him to speak up. I felt my pants rise. It was horrible. I got older right in front of him. My mother's got a sense of humor about it, though. She didn't even realize, like when you have a last name with a double meaning, watch what you name your children. And even not just the name, but like initials, because if you become a celebrity, people give you a new name. You might end up like J-Lo or A-Rod. I don't want to get famous and become Strait. No, it gets worse. My brother's name is Patrick. Yeah. My mother we were like 20 and 13 before my mom figured that out. She's looking at some flight itinerary. She starts laughing. What? C-Strait and P-Strait. You named us that. You didn't figure that out now? She goes, no, that's not it. Well, then what? You're blind as a bat and your brother can't aim. So ladies, I know you got it tough. Just please don't ever say this to me again. If women ran the world, there wouldn't be any war. Bullshit. It would just be different, ladies, that's all. She said, we wouldn't bomb all these countries. Well, that's true. We'd bomb the same country over and over and over and over. Long after the poor bastard surrendered. And half the time we bombed them, we wouldn't tell them why. Why are you bombing me? You should know why. Why don't you ask that bitch Canada? I found her number in your phone. Anyway, I'm Chris Strait. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.